Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Let's just guess what today is.
It's hump day.
Hump day, hump day, hump day.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Lifting the Veil, the bi-weekly show that I do with my good friend and brother in Christ, Franz. Franz, welcome back. Good to see you.
It's good to be back, Jay. Thank you very much. It's always good to be here.
Sorry, did you not like me calling you Franz?
I just haven't heard it in a long time.
All right.
I've gotten used to that. Franz is a unique name, but I have more nicknames than anybody else.
Yeah.
So, we were just discussing what a year it's going to be, and basically how everything we either are reading or looking into or doing for research or interests really point to a heck of I figured I'd start by saying that because my presentation, my show is about some technology. We've talked about AI and other things. So I took a break from Colorado and Aspen and the other cities we're in. But so I have put together some slides and presentations on AI and technology and where it's going and where we are with it.
All right, my CPU is maxed out, so I'm just trying to get it down a little bit. I don't know what's going on. All right.
It never likes us.
No, and it always waits until we're live to do this.
Right until we're live, yeah.
Completely fine, but as soon as you click go, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have 1,000 problems. I'm trying to shut down.
Isn't that
things.
Awesome?
Yeah, I'm trying to. All right, I'm just trying to kill stuff, but it should be all right. I don't see anybody complaining yet.
So then I'll.
Yeah.
Just the hi from Minnesota.
Oh yeah. Hey Robin, welcome. Yeah, it looks like we're at 89, 90. Should be good. I should have restarted my computer, but...
Alright, I'm just going to get...
Yeah, rip it up, man.
Alright, so, like I was saying, we were just discussing about what a year we are predicting, what a year we think is going to be 2024. So, one thing that caught my attention... and I wanted to bring it up was it's called SWS. It's a sentient world simulation. It's exactly what it sounds like. If you never had thought about a simulation where there's 64 countries or how many countries we have and 7 billion people, including yourself, a computer version, a sentient simulation version, all the billion people on the simulated Earth. Well, it has happened. It is happening, and it has been happening. So I'm going to get into explaining to you where and what and the details of it. The server for this world simulation database, and that includes your avatar, is actually located in Indiana. It's called the Sentient World Simulation, SWS. It's up and running and has been and housed in a building in the Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana. West Lafayette is a town or a city within Indianapolis.
Yeah, I was just out there this summer. I didn't know about this place.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know too much about it either. Indianapolis is a big city by landmass and population.
Yeah, I drove for like 25 minutes on a highway and still didn't get across the thing. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, a few years ago we drove not through it but by it too. Yeah, and I was just amazed how big that city is. But so Purdue is a college in Indianapolis, and it's where this sentient world simulation is. Synthetic environment for analysts and simulations. Purdue's University Synthetic Environment for Analysts and Simulations, or SEAS, SEAS. Is currently being used by Homeland Security and the U.S. Defense Department to simulate crisis on the U.S. mainland. SEAS enables researchers and organizations to try out their models or techniques in a publicity known realistically detailed environment. It is now capable of running real-time simulations for up to 62 nations, including Iraq, Afghanistan, and China. The simulations gobble up breaking news, census data, economic indicators, and climactic events in the real world with proprietary information such as military intelligence. The Iraq and Afghanistan computer models are the highly developed and complex of 62 available to JCOM J9. What is JFCOM J9? Purdue's University Synthetic Environment Analyst and Simulations, or SEAS, as I already said, the currently being used by Homeland Security, Defense Department, simulating crisis on the U.S. mainland. It's, United States Joint Forces Command, J9. USJF-COM, Joint Concept Development and Experimentation, aimed to develop innovation joint concepts and capabilities. Here's the logo.
What the heck?
And this is a branch, United States Army branch of this element for United States Atlantic Command and United States Joint Forces Command.
Lord of the Rings, huh?
You see that, yeah?
Yeah.
All the rings. Just wanted to show a little symbolism here. So again, this is just a smaller neighborhood, Lafayette in Indianapolis, Indiana, Purdue College, working with the government, branches you haven't heard of. It's Unified Command Plan designed, USJF-COM, as the transformation laboratory of the United States military to enhance the combat commander's capabilities to implement the president's strategy. USJF-COM developed joint operational concepts, tested those concepts through rigorous experimentation, education, joint leaders, trained joint task force commanders and staffs, and recommended joint solutions to the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines to better integrate their war fighting capabilities.
Yeah, dude.
So they created a simulation and put these branches of government. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just waiting for you to finish.
Did I just lose you?
No,
all right. Well,
you cut out for a split second.
They're being. All right.
I mean, you read all this. I was just interrupting
so
you.
They're creating a whole.
Seems like there's a delay between us.
I think so. All right. So, this whole world simulation. They create situations and real-time events in the simulation to tell them and all the branches of the military how to integrate their capabilities and each other, as in their equipment. I don't know if you remember the show I've done on the EA military, along with their drones, their drone army tanks. Just think of that and how AI in a world simulation is telling them how to better their fighting.
Yeah, you remember that movie War Games?
Purdue. Right. It's just like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so much more than that.
Well, I mean, if
because
they have
these simulations are so
there's like a big delay in between us, I think, man. It's making it hard to
I think so too. I keep cutting you out when you go to talk.
Yeah. Well, let me just squeeze in for a sec. It seems like
Go ahead.
that we started off like I've known about them building digital versions of us. That's what they do with all the data. So there's like a virtual version of us in this giant database. So then they can plot it out like what's gonna happen when civil war breaks out, how they're gonna handle us, lump us into certain sections, how to best control the outbreaks, how to direct them to certain places, how to turn these people against these people. Like, there's so much going on in just this little tiny bit of information, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. They not only is it just a simulation of one world, but it's creating almost an infinite possibilities of all these different realities. They're slightly different from each other, but there's avatars of us in all of them, and they slightly tweak the procedures or the responses or wartime. They're compressed in time, like a time chamber assimilation. So like 10 years combined in 3 days.
Right.
You know, just a little bit about Purdue. This is a sure always pointing out campuses or streets or walkways in every city or every campus or somewhere. We always find the same symbolism.
Yeah.
Just thought it would be interesting to throw that in there.
Yeah, they all look pretty much the same, man.
This is they do, yeah. This is technically a newer college compared to like MIT or Harvard. And this is Mitchell Daniels Jr. School of Business. This guy is Alko Chaturvedi. I'm going to hack his name. I don't. A-L-O-K is his name. He's the one. He's a professor of computer science. He's the brainchild, the one and that works with the government in creating this at the college. Dr. Alok R. I'm not even going to try it. Is a professor in Purdue University, Carnert Graduate School of Management and the Department of Computer Sciences, and the founder, chairman, and CEO of Simulex Incorporated, modeling and simulation company located in the Purdue Technology Park. He is the technical lead for U.S. Department of Defense Sentient World Simulation Security Institute, and he also served as an adjunct research staff member at the Institute of Defense Analysts in Alexandria, Virginia. So he plays a big part other than just business management or computer science. He's been working on multi-agent synthetic environments for over 15 years. He has led a team of researchers develop synthetic environment for analysis and simulation. SEAS is extensively being used by the U.S. Department of Defense for war games, air experimentations, plannings, analysts, operations, and shaping in multiple theaters. National Training Simulation Association recognized for the year of 2005. So it's been simulating us in world events since 2005.
So, you know what this is making me think of is Revelation 13, where it says, "And I saw a beast rise up out of the sea."
I can only see you. I don't think I can hear you anymore, Jay. I don't know if I'm still coming through.
Yeah, you are. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? There's some major delay going on here. All right.
Can you hear me? I can tell you're talking because I just turned up. There's some major delay going on.
Oh, you're hearing that thing?
I can't hear you.
Huh. All right, well, just go ahead. I was just saying it sounded like Revelation 13 where it says, "I saw a beast rise up out of the sea." But I'll just let you talk since we're having such technical difficulties.
All right. All right, I'll go ahead then. So I broke down Purdue, right? And I wanted to know what Purdue means. You know, I normally do try to break down words or look them up in the Greek meaning. So the name Purdue was formed many centuries ago by the ancient Anglo-Saxon tribes of Britain, and it was named typically given to a person who was known for their continued use of oath, pour Dieu, D-I-E-U, which Old French meaning for God. This is a subset of a nickname type of name as oath names, which I found very interesting. Purdue, which not only struck me interesting, it talks about, we've talked about tribes, the Anglo-Saxon tribes, and I was distracted a lot this week by a book that came in the mail. It's the Anglo-Israel thesis. It's actually a really good book, and it's actually putting a connection to Anglo-Saxons being Israel, tribes from Israel. I just threw that in there at the last minute. But so D-I-E-U, translated French to English from the Cambridge Dictionary, the creator and ruler of the world. So who is the ruler of this world? Right? That's who I think the God is, what they mean when they say that word, or Purdue. Purdue utility tunnel system spans nearly the entire campus, stretching from McCutcheon and Harris to Rawls and Carnet. These are obviously buildings, but I just threw this in there because there are a lot of colleges that have underground passageways and labyrinth tunnels. There's one in Buffalo, Cornucopia University in Wisconsin. A lot of colleges have underground tunnelways, and we've been talking about tunnelways a lot. So I just threw that rituals in there. U.S. government develops a matrix-like world simulating the virtual you. Sentient world simulation, SWS. This is an article from 2015, so now it's been in operation operation for 10 years, according to them. SWS is one of the ongoing projects by secret agencies and organizations such as NASA and watched over by machines. So that made me think of the movie Eagle Eye. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it basically introduced us into this movie to AI and it having capability to our access to all of our technology to trace you, track you. So in this movie, this is Shiloh. He gets phone calls on his cell phone from an AI that's watching everything and watching him and setting him up. Basically, trying to trap these guys. It already simulated everything, right? So this big ball here watches all these other ones. It gave you a physical thing that the AI monitors everybody in, but it's really like a simulation, period. And then searching all this with Purdue, I found what they call BFCC. What is BFCC? Okay. Well, I'm going to exit the slideshow to bring you over to the Blue Sea Frontier Compute Cluster is what BFCC stands for, by Dell Complex. Notice this is the symbol for the company, triangle and a circle. The future of AI innovation. The rapid pace of artificial intelligence had led to hastily drafted government regulations. BSFCC, groundbreaking venture in international waters, melding cutting-edge technology with unparalleled autonomy. So it has over 10,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs per platform, providing unparalleled compute and industry-leading performance. I'm just going to read this article in the site, and it'll start explaining more of what a BSFCC is. Kind of blow your mind. Not just a computer cluster, each BSFCC is a sovereign nation state for innovation and acceleration. Blue Sea Frontier Compute Cluster. It's a floating AI platform, literally a high-powered AI out in international waters. All right, the Biden administration.
So there's no laws out there.
AI executive order and the European Union's AI Act are thinly veiled attempts to centralize control under the guise of protecting citizens. This regulation not only stalls the pace of innovation, but also interferes cosmic endowment of humanity. These technologies are not mere tools. They are embodiment of human ambition and realization of our potential. Right? You're hearing this, right? This is the spirit that Dell Complex takes frontier AI models into a new boundless blue sea frontier, free from regulatory oversight. The Blue Sea Frontier Compute Clusters offer paralleled opportunities to train and deploy the next generation of large-scale AI models. So it's its own sovereign government out in international waters, exempt from tax, laws, and regulations by any government.
Yeah.
Because governments are bad for the soul of humanity. Sovereign and unburdened. Each BSFC operates as, and they call it a cluster. Okay, so this is just one. A cluster will be a cluster of these. Each of these have 10,000 of these computing chips. Computer chips. They're the computer chips that have been creating these simulations of you avatars and me avatars. Right? These operates in its own sovereign nation state, deep in international waters, free from constraints and regulatory bodies. These network states are untouched by declarationists' rhetoric and offer additional benefits as tax shelter opportunities. So this AI with a large a language model like Chat GPT 5.4.5 can make its own money, and it won't be taxed. It won't be under regulations. Right? Their statehood is recognized through the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea and the Montevideo Convention, which define the rights and responsibility of nation states. So each barge that's just a giant AI computer and cloud is its own state of nation states. Right? Each BSFCC fulfills the criteria for statehood. A permanent population, people are going to live there and not be allowed to leave. They work and they are property of that state. Right? A defined territory. They have their self-governing the capacity to enter into relations with other states, meaning themselves. There's more than one barge. They're communicating with each other, so they work together with each other. So they're a government. As such, these BSFCCs are each governed by their own character. A document that outlines the rights and responsibilities of residents and visitors, whether it be biological, resident, or a computer technological. By amended opportunities, BSFCC and their corporate partners. Right? They're fortified security teams. Your team and data safety is the utmost priority. Each BSFCC platform hosts a permanent population of residents recruited from allied nation-state military forces, right? As well as Sky security solutions staff. Residents enjoy dual citizenships, high remuneration, reduced taxation, and unique work environment. And national and privileged private defense forces provides robust threat mitigation capabilities, ensuring the safety of our team and data.
This is crazy.
Enjoy the peace of mind brought out of electronic jamming equipment, aerial surveillance, optical and thermal camouflage, and other robust defense capabilities. So it has its own flying drones, boat drones, and camouflage, surveillance, protection, its own little army, right? So I'm going to pause, Jay, if you want to talk for a sec.
Yeah, I was just... This is absolutely
volume,
nuts, man. This is craziness, but this is exactly the kind of thing that we would expect them to be trying to set up. Well, we're over here, you know, and then they're going to lock everybody in for the next round of, you know, the virus. And then people are going to be sucked into this whole thing. I think this is why they locked everybody in, to put every man, woman, child on the computers so that they could build a better version of a virtual them. And yeah, this is super dangerous. Over and out.
All right. Thumbs up. Good. I'm going to go back to the slides here. Okay, slideshow. Cool. Yeah, pretty crazy. Here's a picture. I just put in a couple of pictures, but that was their actual site you can go to. And if you look closely, it's called Perseus. We've been talking about Perseus a lot. The first one here. Here's an aerial picture of it. But this thing is its own contained AI, right? This is the state. Everything I just read about. This is its own government, protected under its own. Dell Complex unveils a sea-floating AI platform featuring 10,000 NVIDIA H100. I'll get into the NVIDIA company. Supercomputer floating on water that uses deep sea water for cooling. So they use the water that it's floating in to cool itself, the air to power, solar panels. So they will be, you won't be able to, if we wanted to gather up as humans and go destroy the AI's brain, we couldn't be able to because there are clusters of barges out in international waters. We'd have to be able to get there. Right? So NVIDIA Corporation, company incorporated in Delaware, and based in Santa Clara, California. It is a software and fabless company which designs graphic processing units and applications for programming interfaces for data science and high-performance computing, as well as system-on-chip units for mobile computing and automotive market. NVIDIA is a dominant supplier of artificial intelligence, hardware, software. Its professional line of GPUs. GPUs are graphic processing units. So think of the most powerful gaming system, right? Their graphic processing units are made by NVIDIA. And you get a special monitor or TV with these realistic image-like graphics are from these guys. The better these pictures, the better the AI gets with creating pictures for you, the better these GPUs get. And they're creating on one of those barges, there'll be 10,000 of these per barge. Right? So the NVIDIA H10 Tensor Core GPU. Security accelerators workloads from enterprise and escalate HPC and trillion parameter AI. So it's a lot of computer technical jargon. I don't understand a lot of it myself, but I mean, you think about how your phone is 10 gigabytes, 12, right? One of those chips is 80, and it costs $30,000 on average. They're high-powered H100, so there's 10,000 of them on one of those barges.
That's crazy. That's a lot of processing power.
The other scary thing, NVIDIA is they got a foundation agent. So like ChatGPT is an agent, right? If an AI is programmed, designed to play a game and become the best at playing that game, that game agent, that's a chess agent, So it's tasked pretty much, they'll tell you that one agent is tasked with one thing to do. It can only do that one thing. But NVIDIA has another platform called Metamorph. All right. Metamorph is an insight that robot methodology is another modality on which we can condition the output of a transformer. Traversing complex landscapes and overcoming obstacles, metamorphs signifies a major advancement in multi-body control. What it's saying is this platform, metamorph platform, can control, operate, and in real time decide, make decisions on overcoming obstacles, traversing landscapes with thousands of different robotics. So imagine if 1,000 AI, like one's leg would bend this way and the other one would bend the other way. This metamorph control all 1,000 of them with different arms and legs that work differently and control them all at once in real time, going in different directions, and learn from it and improve itself, right? So this is explaining what artificial general intelligence is. This company is making it. All right, so it created Voyager. It's an lifelong learning agent that plays Minecraft. Needs no human interaction. Right? This AI called Voyager MC will play Minecraft forever. Minecraft is a popular game and so huge because it's an open-ended game. There's no plot, there's no storyline that you have to follow on. You can just adventure. You can do your own thing, right? So
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. So Voyager is the AI program or whatever that's controlled by Metamorph, and it learns and nonstop learns. It's got a curriculum that it's supposed to learn, but it will keep rewriting itself, rewriting more learned activities like hunt pig, catch a fish, build a house. So basically what they did for fun within the Minecraft world was create this plateau. In this game, Minecraft will never stop learning. This hunting the pig or catching the fish and do it better, more efficient, and then put the best way in a database. And this is exactly what these things are doing in these simulations that are floating out in international waters. This is the article on the Voyager, the first large language model powered embodied lifelong learning agent in Minecraft that continuously explores the world, acquires diverse skills, and makes novel discoveries without human intervention. Voyager consists of 3 key components: an automatic curriculum that maximizes exploration, and an ever-growing skill library of executable code for storing and reading behaviors. So the diverse skills it learns and teaches itself and tries to perfect is actually just code it's writing, right? So it uses GPT-4 and improves itself, improves the game, and never stops. Who recently has invested and spent quite a bit of money in NVIDIA? Jeff Bezos, reshaping the future of AI in search technology. So the tech speculators or tech forecasters are saying or predicting that NVIDIA will be bigger than Google, will have the AI smarter than Google.
Oh, I'm sure, because people will not want to type on their keyboards anymore. They'll just want to say, Alexa, search for
No, that's the
socks.
absolutely. That this led me into finding what's it called, Rabbit. Have you heard of Rabbit?
I don't know.
It's they predict it's going to kill the cell phone or the smartphone.
Oh, yes, yes,
But,
yes. I saw that little square device.
Yeah, it's just the Rabbit R1
Yeah, yeah.
that has these language models in the same type of thing and it's so you're interacting with your phone. That's too much. That's too complicated, right? So this device you can just talk to. You can just say, hey, listen, I have a family of 3. One child is 12, and we want to take a vacation. We want a flight that's, not interrupted. We all want to sit together. We want an SUV to rent and a hotel that has Wi-Fi and breakfast. And we'll come back and be like, all right, I found all those for you. Just confirm. You just interact with it. You don't.
Yeah, and
But
Apollo is the white rabbit. So that's
Absolutely.
important to keep in mind.
That's why I thought it was funny to name it Rabbit
Yeah.
R1. Right. And this was just a little on the metamorph. What I was talking about, the learning, controlling multiple domains like vision, natural language, and audio are witnessing tremendous progress by leveraging transformers for large-scale pre-training followed by task-specific fine-tuning. In contrast, in robotics, we primarily train a single robot for a single task. Metamorph will be able to train multiple robots all at once. And not only just train it for that one task, but train it to continuously think and want to achieve more tasks. In the Metamorph, they have the time compression chambers, which means like in the movie The Matrix, where they're going into the karate, the martial arts training. That's a compressed chamber where you can get 10 years of ninja training in 3 days and come out ready to fight as a 7-degree black belt.
Yeah.
So, all right. So how are they getting, not only is it simulation, and they're creating these realistic, real life like images that'd be hard for us humans to distinguish from the image to real life, right? So the AI is starting to experience what human reality is outside of the simulations, and we're jumping right on board and buying these technologies for these simulations and the AIs in the simulation to start getting a view of what we see and how we interact. This is a view of smart glasses, which they're roughly about the size of these regular readers, which I wear. And you have mixed realities within this technology, augmented reality, right? So within your vision that you see through the glasses, you'll have a map pop up, right? And it'll tell you which way to turn.
Yeah, my phone does that when it has an option when I open up maps to use augmented reality. And if I hold it up and look at it like straight like this, it will show me the buildings that are in the background, and there'll be like these big arrows on them pointing, go down this street, It's very bizarre.
It is bizarre. But yeah, what augmented reality is like creating something that's technological within your vision or within your atmosphere you can interact with, but it's not in reality. it's like virtual reality, but you can interact with it. It'd be like some phones or some laptops can project an augmented reality keyboard, and then you can type with it. So you buy these glasses and you start interacting with the world. What you're doing is giving data and visual sight to these to the AI in the simulations. So they're being trained on these simulation models on how to perform tasks, follow this augmented reality directions down the city, and it's going to be so realistic to them that you can just take everything it learned in this compressed time chamber and put it into a humanoid robot and put it out into reality, and it's going to be ready to go and start interacting with everything. But we're thinking, cool, these glasses are awesome. I can hook it up to my iPhone. It's technology, right?
Oh, goodness.
You're feeding more to that barge out in the international waters. You're giving it more information, more things to learn. Excuse me. All right, so the progression made in 2023 means generative AI is making its way into the heart in the world's most popular apps. Mixed reality is now at the core of mass marketing. Headsets, smart glasses will let AI see the world from our perspective for the first time. This is an extremely exciting time to be building the future. Yeah, building the future. You're building your own. You're giving more to the White Rabbit, right? To the Antichrist spirit in the technology.
Yeah, well, when Solomon and the seals of Solomon, in the king's seal, he took away their ability to see, and he took away their ability to speak. So they could only hear and do. So now what AI has done, what we're doing right now is we're giving them back their ability to speak, and we're giving them back their ability to see. And now it's over, man. It's already too late. It's a wrap.
It is over. It is too late. I've been saying that for a few times we talked about this subject. I've been trying to tell you it's already too late. This isn't, the singularity is gone. It's past.
Yeah.
Generalized artificial intelligence, or it's already past. We can't stop it. We can't control it. It's built itself a boat without any laws. It's became its own nation, its own state, right? Like I said, what if we wanted to take over? We all us regular Joe Schmo people, right, smash our phones. We all make our own government, but we still can't get out to the AI's brain. It's a cluster of barges out there. And if you can get out there, you're going to be bombarded by drones, its own camouflage, its own war, its own military.
You know what that makes me think of?
AI has... What's that?
Is, remember in The Matrix how he's like, it was us that scorched the sky, trying to stop them from getting solar power? Yeah, that barge is all covered in solar panels.
Yeah, when the solar panels are its backup. It's cooling its systems with the seawater, but it's also being able to transmutate salt water into energy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sounds
It's
stupid,
AI,
but it's
dude.
true.
It's probably got technology we're not allowed to know about.
We probably definitely. Yeah, I like Meta, the Facebook metaverse. They're a multimodal AI with Ray-Ban sunglasses, smart glasses. The glasses can see, hear, and answer questions like Google Assistant or Siri.
Yeah, that's not good.
For like 150, $200, you can get one. You can do it. They're everywhere already. So, and here, machine learning on smart glasses. Right? They straight up tell you, wearable world. Will Apple usher in an AI future with AR glasses? Yeah, they will. And AR is learning from it. The more you interact with it, right? And in order to build a tailored, unique experience, machine learning will ensure users forget they're wearing glasses at all. So it's going to learn everything from these glasses and then make it so much better, you're going to forget you're interacting with the real world.
Right, and it's
Right?
going to watch.
You're going to be looking through the lenses at the real world.
Like, it will be watching where people. So here's what I can just envision. It's like somebody's walking down the street. They got these glasses on. They're taking their path home, wherever they go. So now in this augmented reality or in this virtual world, AI knows how you get home from here, how you get home from there. And so when the hammer comes down and it's time for you to jam, and you decide that you're going to take the most familiar route to try and escape some kind of, whatever is coming after us, they're going to know exactly where you're going to go. Because they got their virtual simulated you, and they're just going to take the path you would take.
So now, think about the artificial intelligence models that can look at a picture of you or watch a 30-second clip of you and be able to read your brain frequencies that you're transmitting and tell you what you could look at a picture while this thing looks at you and tell you what picture you're looking at without looking at it. Right?
Yeah.
So imagine if it's studying your walking habits, like Jay just said, going home. It's reading your brain waves and your emotional waves, and it can depict. Eventually, it's going to be able to you won't need the glasses. It's going to just be able to pick up your brain frequency and know where you are, what you're feeling, and what time of the day it is, and navigate where you are in the physical world. Robin said, I keep thinking about empathy. People will lose their empathy for each other because we will begin losing our feelings for each other and how experiences feel for others. We won't relate. We're already there.
Yeah.
We're already there. It's absolutely true, and we're already there.
I mean, you can tell when you go.
Just think of the one word that internet has come up. Karen.
Yeah.
Right? That one word.
You can tell when you go shopping or just when you're communicating with people outside that people are just not people anymore.
They're not. My wife and I were watching a show, and it was like road rage or whatever. So it was all these things caught on camera where people were filming, and I was making fun of, here's a train is obviously coming and a tractor trailer stalled on the tracks. It was more important to narrate what you're filming than go make sure the person driving the truck is out of the vehicle.
Yeah, do you remember
Or
a couple years ago, there was these kids, probably like 8 or 9 kids were watching this, this, I don't know how to word it. This kid was like, he had mental deficiencies, he maybe had Down syndrome or something. He was drowning in the water. And these kids were laughing and recording it on a video. And nobody helped him. It was absolutely nuts.
Because it was more important to catch it on views. It was more important.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the truth is. And you can see it in the way we drive, in the way people drive,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
on technology, but a little different here. It's called synthetic biology of synthetic biology. It's a multidisciplinary field of science that focuses on living systems and organisms, and it applies engineering principles to develop new biological parts, devices, and systems to redesign existing systems found in nature. Do you get what that is? It's like CRISPR, right? Creating your own DNA, building your own DNA, writing your code.
Yeah.
Synthetic biology and super intelligence. It's for human enhancement. By the way, a genome advances in synthetic biology and the human genomes being created, right?
It's like bioengineering.
Human enhancement. Right. It's a science like bioengineering, but a little bit more technical, like a biocyborg, if you will.
Yeah.
So human enhancement can be considered as an improvement of limitations or natural visions. Right? So you're like, you can start writing out some genetic coding, right? Before you can plant this genetic coding into your DNA, so your eyes react a different way when you get to that certain age, instead of slowly stop focusing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Metabolic processes within the cells increase cells production of certain substances. So they can put something into your metabolic DNA and your genetics. So like I just said, when you get it, it will make that cell produce a certain substance, a certain thing, to improve the production of economically valuable molecules through genetic manipulations of microbial engineering.
This is one of the things the fallen angels are going to bring is healings and biotech and stuff to improve you. All stuff that will damn you to the pit. But people are going to be, well, it'll help you see better. You can live longer. It will heal your legs. It will make you be able to walk again. It'll straighten your spine. It will do all kinds of magical things, you know. It will send you to the pit. Yeah, and med beds. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Yeah, so it's like the augmented reality glasses I just showed you. Now imagine the technology getting to be contacts. That's pretty cool, right? That technology's got super cool. It's a wearable you put in there. Now, right. Imagine it being metabolic engineered, so your eyeball will grow that technology.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that will be passed on to your children.
It will be passed on. Absolutely. So mechanobiology is an emerging field of science that at the interface of biology, engineering, chemistry, and physics. It focuses on how physical forces and changes in the mechanical properties of cells and tissues contribute to development, cell differentiation, physiology, and disease. Mechanical forces are experienced and may be interpreted to give biological responses in cells. So like I just said, it would be like, you know, taking those glasses and making them into contacts or making it so your eyeball will grow. If your eyeball is at a certain age and exposed to a certain level of oxygen, theoretically, say you just get a certain level of oxygen, your eyes will now start producing, the cells will start producing technological and biological forces, experiences, develop differently.
Yeah.
Right. So here we got, just for example, a prototype smart bionic knee implant that can power itself. Right. So this thing is just going to monitor the way you walk, and it'll be able to adjust when you're running from walking, and monitor your own knee. It's going from a simple like cartilage transplant to technological cartilage that is no longer you. It is technological,
Right.
biological. Synthetic biology is the science and engineering that allows us to reuse, repurpose, and reconfigure biology to address society's most pressing challenges, like reincarnation.
Yeah.
Just repurpose your body, your soul.
Or living forever.
This is Northwestern University. This is Center for Synthetic Biology. I think this is Northwestern is Wisconsin, maybe. But they interweave in biology, engineering, chemistry, physics, mathematics, computer science, social sciences, humanities, and businesses. Synthetic biology is accelerating technological innovation. Synthetic biology uses fundamental molecules of life, including DNAs, RNAs, and proteins, as building blocks to design new systems to solve crucial global challenges in human health. So, part of the DNA sequences which conform to restriction enzyme assembly standard. So, like acids and enzymes are what write out the code in your DNA. Taking an enzyme that interacts with the acid or the certain things, and they're constructing it so it creates its own DNA, right? These building blocks are used and designed to assemble layer synthetic biological circuits from individual parts and combination of parts with defined functions, which would be incorporated into living cells, such as Escherichia coil. That's just a type of cell. I think I brought that up in another show before. Biological systems. Examples of BioBrick parts include promoters, ribosomal binding sites, coding sequences, and terminators, which these are all parts of your DNA string, your strand. Right? They're the binding agents for your DNA. So yeah, that was. So now I threw that in there because you think about how it's learning all these things in simulation and getting better and learning from you and your interactions with it. And now it's telling humans how to write the enzymes and the proteins and the acids it needs to create its own DNA life forms. You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
So, what was it? That brought me to about the end of what I had here. What was it? There was something that I wanted to throw in there. It came in the last minute. Oh, hold on. I think I know it. I remember now. Okay. escape out of this real quick. All right. It's not. What is a article that popped up just before we came on. Pelosi.
All I heard was Pelosi.
Sorry. It was about the company that's making all the computer chips and the
NVIDIA.
She invested last year. Yeah, NVIDIA. She invested a couple she capped it out as a certain percentage on the shares, so she would make $1 million, $5 million by the end of this year. So, just if Nancy Pelosi is investing it to make money or have the AI involved in that making money, then it's evil.
Yeah, man, she's a vampire. Oh, what do we got here?
Wicked. And also, reading this, I found some coincidence with Trump. You 70th Trump's 70th birthday. All right. Israel was 70 years old. 700 days after Trump's 70th birthday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's 7th year, 7th month, and 7th day of office. When President Trump was sworn into office, he was exactly 70 years, 7 months, and 7 days old. He was swearing on his own Bible that day. He was 70 years, 7 months, and 7 days old. And it happened in the year 5777. It's in the Hebrew, the Masonic calendar.
Yeah.
I just thought it was very interesting.
No, it is, because, you know, a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot, but there is a handful of people who I catch flack from when I talk about numbers, because it's nothing against them. They just don't have the understanding it takes to realize that this is how the enemy works. And in order to be able to see the enemy's plans, we have to understand how these numbers work and what they stand for. It's not that we dig into them and be like, oh, well, I found this out. I wonder what other words this could be. You know, it's nothing like that. And, you know, that's why I try to tell people, like, I got, you know, there was one person who was really adamant about it after I did the Leaving the World Behind video. You know, they said that I was divisive and that I shouldn't be sharing this kind of stuff. And, you know, it's just like, well, you know, you don't have to watch it. You know, if you can't understand what I'm doing here, then, you know, and then I told them, I said, well, it's a good thing that I work for the Lord and not for you, because if I worked for you, then I wouldn't be able to teach any of this stuff. So, you know, I said, but, you know, feel free to not watch any more videos if it bothers you. I said, but I'm not going to stop, you know. And so the next video I'm putting out is going to be, you know, the same kind of thing. It's going to be a lot of numbers, a lot of dates, a lot of times, you know, because this is how they work. And if we're going to uncover the darkness and bring it into the light, then we got to show this stuff.
Absolutely. And um, it is how they communicate. It is how they work, and they're doing. It's happening a lot more with numbers in these times than it ever has before.
Yeah.
And it does suck. Excuse my language. I don't like it any more than you do, but there's just I don't believe in coincidences. And if there's that many sevens or numbers that you know, and speaking of that, when I did do a presentation and talked about Trump and his penthouse in New York, all the information kept saying that it was the 66th floor. It was a 3-floor penthouse, and it was on the 66th floor. But everything I'm reading now, it's on the 56th, 57th, and 58th floor.
Right.
It doesn't actually have that many floors. It's more on the 57th floor. And
right.
there you go. More.
Yeah, he just calls it the 66th floor because he worships Apollo.
And I pointed out all the Apollo in that penthouse. Yeah. He's the spirit Apollo. He thinks he's Apollo.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah. I'm not. We shouldn't let comments or things like that stop us, because we, like you said, we're doing this not for ourselves, not for any pat on the back, but because we've been led to believe we're doing God's work. And I don't think we'd be led to believe that from nothing. There's no such thing as coincidences, and I'm grateful to be here, just to be here and be with my brother in Christ, Jay. And I greatly appreciate anybody who takes the time to listen. You know.
Yeah, true that.
So, with that said, I'm going to sign off. Again, it's great to come here. It's great to be here and do this with Jay. I don't say it. I don't think I've ever said it in too many shows, but like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
You know, keep this going for Jay. This is a great thing. So, until next time, stay vigilant, and God bless everybody out there.
You too, brother. Thank you for coming. Always a pleasure. All right, you guys. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. Boy, I'll tell you, I talked to Franz for like 10 or 15 minutes before we come on to the show, and there's never any issues. But as soon as I hit go live, that's it. They start pouring right in. So always a pleasure to have Franz on here. You know, he digs in a different direction. You know, where I look at us, we're at two opposite ends of a tunnel. We're both digging towards each other, but we're at opposite ends. So eventually we'll get to where we're going. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Sorry again about all the technical difficulties. Thank you guys for chatting in the chat. Appreciate it. Always good to see more people come in and the chat building up, and you know, join us over on Discord if you like what's going on and you like the messages. Come on over to Discord and join over there. There's a lot of chat going on, a lot of people sharing all kinds of stuff. Good place to sharpen some iron with some iron. So, thanks for tuning in. Be on the lookout for my next video. It will be coming out soon. It is a proper warning of everything that is coming out in 2024. Franz, yeah, that's how you spell it. Yeah, he's a good man. He's been a good friend of mine for a couple decades anyways. We used to be on the same stomping ground back in the day when we were young and reckless. and now we're both serving the Lord. So praise God for that. You know, the Lord works miracles. So thank you for coming in. Robin, appreciate having you here. Mom, always a pleasure. And we'll see all you guys later and the people who are watching later. Again, sorry about all the technical difficulties. Not much I can do about it. Next time, I will be sure to restart my computer in hopes that that may alleviate some of the problems. So until next time, you guys,